Okay, I don't know if I can kind of explain some of this. This is a pretty old video. This was my dad's combine.
Yep.
There was his old combine, another 95 he had. And that's me walking up. There's Dad. 21 years ago, a little over. He's getting ready to cut. It's still probably a hair green to be cutting. Hair wet, but we're going to go out to the field and try it out anyways. So, I don't know why this ain't working. Don't seem like it's working very well. Anyways, I took these off of VSH or VHS, whatever it is. Took it out of them tapes, like them big tapes I took it off of. So hopefully it'll show up all right. But this combine is probably, I'm going to say it's the 1960s. I know it's in the 1960s, but I'm going to say late 60s. This thing was in excellent shape. It was had very few hours on it. That was me. Jeez, I used to be a hippie. Look at that hair. That's what my dad called me, a hippie. Anyways.
There's Uncle Howard and Grandpa taking over the lead.
Yeah.
This is really the combine.
This is my dad's old farm truck. He had that thing for, oh my God, since the 70s. He bought that thing in. It's a 48, I believe, Chevy. It actually used to belong to one of my uncles' grandpa. I believe that was, if you've seen the A on the front of it, for Arnold. And there we're out just looking in the wheat field. This was one of the higher busheling wheat fields my dad always had. For some reason that field would really bushel. Now this one he's looking at there was not very good. It was one of the lowest. Always. So we're just getting ready here. Yeah, we're still out in the field trying to discuss what we're going to do. That's my nephew talking in the background. He was probably about 10, 12 years old. He walked plumb out there. This is clear on the other end of the place from the buildings, so it's half a mile away or more, a little over half a mile. He wouldn't ride. There's a dike we have to cross. Somebody put in a big dike, and so he wouldn't ride with it. So anyways, he walked. Well, here goes the combine. It's like I said, a 95, John Deere 95, and I think it's late 60s. It's got a 19-foot head, and that's right around 100 bushel grain bin with the extensions that are on it, I believe. I think is what it is. You can see it's a little green. Look how it's kind of throwing it around there. And it's the head, he parks it outside just like I did. He always parked it outside. This combine stayed inside all of its life until my dad had it about 5 years here. And so you got to get the heads polished back up. If you don't have them polished up, they just don't feed. That's why he's going pretty slow here. So this was a cutting machine for its day. They were good combines, the 95s and the 105s, and I think the 55s. There weren't too many 55s around, and not a lot of 105s, but there was a lot of 95s around our country. Like I said, this is the second one my dad's had. This one was beautiful shape. It's a lot of head for that little combine, it seems like to me, but I had one. It only had a 16, I think it was a 16-foot head. It wasn't as good as this machine, though. It didn't cut as good as this machine. Oh, and you see that pump house up there? I don't know if you can see that pump house. That's the neighbor's pump house. Looked like it blew over or something right then. I hope this is all working out because these are real old and they don't show very good. He's moving a little faster there. It's getting a little later in the day too, probably getting a little bit drier. Helps a little. You need wheat pretty dry. Needs to be pretty dry. Yeah, you can see he's running more straw through it and more stuff through it. Like he had to stop there, I don't know. Probably still ain't feeding right if he had to stop. Because it'll feeds a little and it feeds it fast. And here's a view from the step on the combine. This wheat made probably, I don't know, I'd say 65, 70 bushel. I'm going to guess. He always made about that many bushels when he farmed this place. And there's the grain coming in. And like I said, this combine's great shape. He just went with it. He kind of deserved it. This was the last one he had, last combine he had before he sold out. His place had a lot of water when he bought it. All these farmers out there, they just pumped this country dry. They overpump. So, you know, there wasn't any way me and my brother could really probably take over for him. There wouldn't have been enough money. It's kind of sad the way they ruined these places because these were really good producing places in this valley. He had one well when it was drilled that the guy that drilled it was a neighbor, and his dad drilled it way back. But he said they couldn't, they watered 3/4 of a section with that one well, and they couldn't pull a ditch with the tractor big enough to take the water away from that well. So that well put out probably close to 2,000 gallons per minute. And when my dad sold the place, it probably put out maybe 300. I'm going to guess more like 200 gallons per minute. So they lost their water. It went clear down to 80 some feet the water then, and it got expensive to pump it too at that depth. You know, he had 3 wells, and it would take, I don't know, it was really expensive for him to pump. So there wasn't a lot of money in it. This is down, there's that tree there, was a pond down there when me and my brother would go out there, and my dad always worked the job too, but that pond was that's the lowest point on the place, so all the water that run through the fields would run down and go into that pond. That pond was put in so the neighbor, he wouldn't flood the neighbor out, because it would have run right through the middle of his place. But anyways, we'd go down there and we'd go down there and swim in that pond when we'd go out there during the middle of the week when Dad was at work. And that pond is way away from anything. It's a half a mile away from the road and a mile away from a house. So we had a lot of fun. We were out there baling hay. We'd go out and bale hay and stuff. And he had hay on there. And straw. We'd bale some straw. But we go down to the pond then and throw all the clothes on the bank and go skinny dipping. Seems a little strange, but then we get all our clothes back and go back to work. Get water in our hats, and it was fun. That was had to be in the 70s. So we were pretty young. My brother was probably 16, so I'd say about 75, 76. Had to be 76, 77. My brother had to be at least 16 for us to drive out there. So I was about 15. We were just youngsters.
Can you get the whole thing in?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, go around the trunk. What do you think? There's some in there a little bit wet, but I think it's probably well, if I cut my way back down or shorten that. Something help me around.
There's Grandpa's combine. It's gonna take about another minute or so to get through the field. Isn't that a big field?